Because vidIQ changed the title.
Yeah, after I already did it the first time. All right, and we live. Welcome back to another episode of Kingdom Cast. It's your host, formerly known as Bad Luck Chuck, known as CPN for the win on all your social media platforms. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share on all your social media platforms. You watch this on Twitter, please hit the retweet and like button and share to everyone that you know. And if you're watching this on Twitter, at the end, not on Twitter, but on YouTube, at the end, please hit the hype button.
The hype one.
And we got my guy Country on the right here. And yeah,
What it
man,
is.
the Chiefs season is now over with. We're
Yes,
currently
thank God.
watching draft prospects. We're currently paying attention to Ruben Bain right now in hopes of him being available. But first and foremost, man, before we get into the favorites game and the goofiness to end the season, man, Country, how's it feel for the season to finally be over with?
I'm glad it's over. We suffered long enough. Up and down season, a roller coaster of emotions and arguments and all that good stuff. I'm glad it's over. Um, the only thing good about this season is going to be some changes, and I know we already had one change that needed to be changed. There's still a couple more that needed to be changed, and we still got time. So, but man, it's been a long season. It looked like it's going to be a long off season. The
Yeah.
way things are starting off, I don't, I don't really. We'll touch on it, but I really don't want to go into too much. Well, we can't go into too much detail because ain't really nothing to talk about for real. But it looked like it's going to be one of those off seasons. Um, I'm just glad we made it through. We made it through. Uh, Pat's in rehab, looking good. Him and Bobby doing their hype pieces already, so it's all good. Travis seemed like he wants to come back. It's really on the table. Um, yeah. So far so good. We'll touch on the other things that's happening already. You know,
Yeah.
your boy's gone.
Yeah, man. It's all gas, no brakes when it comes to this team, man. Like just when the season
Okay.
ends, we got stuff going on. But before we get to that, man, of course we got to talk about the loss real quick. We won't spend too much time on it. The
Um,
Chiefs lost. Raiders got a last minute field goal, low
it was
scoring.
a good game though. It
I
wasn't like
mean,
a terrible game.
if you're in for comedy, if you was in it for
I
comedic
mean,
purposes, yeah,
it was a weird game. Kansas City probably shouldn't have been in that game, but they were. Almost won the game. Oladokin had the worst game I've ever seen in my life.
and he got benched.
Um, got benched. Um, Bouchelle came in, which was fun. Got to see him. Um, Hollywood Brown got his incentives. I wish Travis would have got the more of the ball, but it was just a weird game. It was a fun game, man. The last 5 minutes of the game was fun. The rest of the game was trash. It was hard to watch.
Very difficult to watch. But
we kind of watched it in the spaces all together, which was funny. The reactions, Kingsley hurdling over the dude at the end was like
that
that
summed up
gave
the
me
season
hope.
right there. That summed up
That's
the
the
season right
hope.
there.
That's the hope for next season. Next season, when we talk about, oh man, it's gonna be fun. I got hope. I want to put that play right there when you say I got hope. Just put that play there. Him leaping over the defender, which was like, why did you do that?
That man thought he was Reggie Bush, man. Small
Man, that
USC
shit
Reggie
was so
Bush.
crazy, dog. It was just funny. Like, what are you doing? Like,
See,
it was just terrible. But shout out to look like Bucker got his swag back towards the end. Um,
yeah, I mean, the entire game, he made all his kicks.
he made all his kicks, made the game winning kick, and they looked good. It didn't look like it looked like nah, he booted it through and got the kick. So he got his confidence back, it looks like. So something for him to work on in the offseason because he needed it. This was a bad year for Bucker. Um, it's been a bad year and a half, actually, because he's been trying to get his form back and his coaches doing him no favor, excuse me. So yeah, as bad as this season was, there were a couple of positives. Bossa looked good to me. Noah Williams came through in the last few games. You Christian Fulton looks healthy the last few games. That looked good and was encouraging. Jaden Hicks was encouraging again. But even being encouraged by it, you're still upset because why weren't you playing them earlier in the year? You know
Spags
what I'm saying?
annoying.
Like,
Spags
so
annoying, dog.
even so there's always a yin and a yang with the Chiefs that even when they do things that look good, they do things that you question. It's still you still get the questions of, well, why you didn't do that earlier? Or what was holding you back from doing it before? Like, why did you wait so long till the season was unreachable? You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have been playing them. You should have at least tried them. I think Spags is stubborn. I think, Brashard Smith looked good. I think Andy Reid is stubborn to a point. I think they got complacent. I think they got comfortable. And now we about to change that up because I guess we can segue right into Matt Nagy is gone. His contract is up. He saved the embarrassment of being fired, which is cool. Because I know if he had to be fired, Andy probably wouldn't fire him. But now
Yeah.
that he's out of a contract, you can kind of skate by without saying I'm firing you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Andy usually does that too, man. He don't
Yeah.
really fire. You know what I'm saying? He lets
I
usually
want
let guys play out their contract, and then they'll say, "We parted ways. We agreed to part ways." That's how it
fact.
always is with
Yeah.
him.
Same thing happened with Eric Bieniemy. Same thing happened with Bob Sutton. When is Spags contract up?
Man,
No, I'm because
I,
that might be an interesting conversation.
I mean, yeah, it could be 'cause, like you
I
said it,
think
bro.
Spags is kind of tied to Reed, though. I
Well, yeah,
think
of course he is.
no, I think what I'm saying is I think Reed, Spags, and Mahomes are all tied into each other.
Yeah,
So is if Mahomes is staying, then Reed is staying. If Reed is staying, then Spags is staying. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. If you go on Twitter, a lot of people are on Reed's head about I don't know about being a Hall of Fame coach. I don't know. I'm like, what are y'all mad about? But a lot of people are upset about certain things, and it's crazy to me the amount of hate and vitriol that Andy Reid is getting. Not to say that he doesn't deserve some of it, because he does. He deserves the majority of it because after the games, he always saying it's on me. I got to do better. I got to do better. So this is the benefits of that. But um, Nagy is gone. Connor Embry was let go. Um, I still think there's more changes to be made. I think those may happen in the next few days. We shall see. But all in all, the game I was encouraged. They came to play. It's not like they just lay down. You know what I'm saying? They came to play. They came to win that game and damn near won it. So, like I said with Denver, I would feel bad. Well, the Raiders are that bad though, so I don't even know what. It's hard to say anything.
hey, all I gotta say is this: I'm glad Carlson made that field goal at the end so he could secure our top 10 pick. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
he had to because it was a 60-yarder, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was crazy. And like, look, and like some Chiefs fans wanted us to win, and I'm not mad at that because it's still the rivalry. It's still
Yeah, I hate to
F
lose to
the
the Raiders too.
Raiders, all that. But at the end of the day, man, look, we're in a good position to bring in some new talent, bring in some
Yeah.
better talent, as long as the
Mhm.
Chiefs don't mess it up. And you maybe have some options at the
Mhm.
night pick to where you can't mess it up. So,
Yeah,
but this
I'm hope.
I want to touch on a few of the positives from the game though. Brashard Smith, he had some
Yep.
good flashes, and then there were some runs where you could tell that he's still kind of raw. You know what I'm saying? You could tell he's still kind of new to the position. I mean, what'd you think about what he did overall out there?
Like I said, bro, you look at him and you be like, well, where was that all season? You know what I'm saying? So, um, to me, he definitely picked up the playbook. I think he knows what he's doing. I think that he can run. He can do those outside runs. He can bounce it outside. He got a little juice. He needs to be used. He needs to be utilized. Now he might not be your number one running back. I don't
Right.
think he's that,
Nah. Nah, he ain't RB1.
but
But
he's definitely a change of pace. He's definitely could be a third down back. I think he needs to get his pass blocking up though,
mhm.
or but he could be a pass catching receiver. If I'm assuming you go into the next season, at least you got Damian Pierce there, who finally played a couple of snaps.
Yeah, about
Um,
time.
I'm thinking that at least he's in the running back room, so that's all we got in the running back. He's not even signed right now, but I'm assuming he'll be back next year. So at least you got a power guy, maybe, and then you got a shifty guy, and you just need the workhorse guy. You know what I'm saying? The star of the operation. So you can get that in free agency. I think free agency is going to be the move. If you listen to Bob Fesco, which I do listen to Bob Fesco, but sometimes, a lot of the times, he be off.
A lot of hot takery.
A lot of
Um,
hot takes in there sometimes. You know what I'm saying? He said that the Royals were going to win. He had more confidence that the Royals would win a playoff game before the Chiefs, which is ridiculous to me. Um, and I love the Royals too. And the Royals are making a lot of good moves in the offseason too. But you haven't even
is he
seen the
talking about from
move.
this point on?
Yeah.
All right,
No,
what's
or
the
he believed
or in the
next year
past?
the Royals would no. He believed 2026 the
Okay.
Royals would win a playoff game before the Chiefs do,
All
or
right.
get back to the playoffs before. He believed that the Royals would get to the playoffs before the Chiefs do.
All right. All right. It's
I
whatever.
mean, it's not. It's not the. He all he a Royals fan, bro. He always put the Royals in there. He always make it a baseball versus football type of thing. But anyway, if you believe Fesco and his insiders, what was it? A running back, two DNs, D tackle, two D tackles, and a running back.
Is this for free agency?
Yeah, that he
Okay.
said,
Hmm.
which is they got a lot of money they need to be cleared up. I think they're 40 something over the cap, 50 something over the cap. A lot of that you can change just by redoing Pat's contract. I don't know if they're going to do it now. Word on the street is it's better to do it next year, but you can clear up some cap. Jawan Taylor clears up some cap. Drew Tranquil clears up some cap. Mike Dana clears damn near 10 million in cap, almost 9 or something like that. And damn, it was somebody else. Low key, if you trade Trent McDuffie, which I love you, Trent, but I think I don't know. I think this might be it. Um, and I'm not gonna be happy about it, but I think Trent could give you more picks and help your team out because you got a lot of holes they're gonna need to fill. So they it's gonna start taking shape in a couple of days, couple of weeks. They're gonna have to make a Rasheed Rice decision. Um, I would let that play out first, and let's see what's really going on. Not to you know condone his actions either way if it's true or false, but you gotta let the situation play it out in the legal and the NFL and all that stuff, and then you can make your move from there. Hopefully, we get a quick. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't even want to talk about the Rasheed Rice thing, but hopefully you get a decision on that so you can know how you can move. But um 48 days to the combine.
Yeah.
So that's a month and a half, give or take.
Hmm.
And that's when I think that's when things are gonna start to align because all the GMs are there and all the coaches are there. A lot of speak, a lot of trade talk, a lot of whispers behind the scenes. That's where it all goes on. So we shall see, man. Do you feel? Do you have any encouragement about this next year coming
It
off
just
this year?
it just depends on what they do in the offseason. 'Cause I mean, right now it's offensive coordinator talk. You know, you seen the names pop up. You seen Mike McDaniel. He got fired by the Dolphins, so he could
Yep,
possibly be
yep.
available to be offensive coordinator again. Because I think he's better at offensive coordinator than being a head coach, in my opinion. I feel
Mhm.
like he's not quite a leader of men, but he could put a really good running game together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Scheme wise and all that. So I'll loop into that category. And then Nate Schillhouse, the passing court game coordinator of the Rams. That's a hot name that's going around right now. As everyone knows, he's from Kansas City. He's a guy that went to Rockhurst High School. He played quarterback at University of Illinois. So there's that. Guys
I
that
ain't
I
gonna lie,
don't.
I never heard of dude till this week.
Yeah, I
I
definitely
just
remember
never
him
heard
from
of him.
Rockhurst days. I definitely remember him.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, and then you got guys that I'm not a fan of. Cliff Kingsbury, his name is popping up. Don't
yeah,
want that.
yeah.
Kevin Stefanski, don't want that. I'm good on that.
No, I think
And
he's gonna be a head coach.
yeah, and then there's the possibility of bringing Eric Bieniemy back, which I would be shocked if Chicago let him leave the building. So that's just the few names that popped up for possible office coordinator candidates. And
Kafka, you
yeah,
still
Capster too. Yeah, I forgot about him.
um because Jim Harbaugh got fired.
Or
Which
John
which
Harbaugh.
is John, my bad. John got fired, which is crazy.
And I think he's going to the Dolphins. I mean, if they fire Mike McDaniel today, I think the Dolphins are trying to get John Harbaugh to be their next coach. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would be if I was John Harbaugh, that New York Giants job would still be because Miami got a lot of questions too, bro. Like
Yeah, they've been having questions for a minute.
If I'm a head coach, I'm not doing this with Tua. I'm not. Mm-mm. I'm not tying my wagon to Tua. I'm sorry. He's a I hate to say it, he's a head case, literally. Like he's just one more hit away from Tua look like he one more hit away from it being all the way over. And he got a lot of money. What is it? 99 what they call it, dead cap? $99
Uh,
million worth of dead cap if you cut him or trade him or whatever.
mm,
Giants got a young quarterback. They got a young running back. They got a great defense. It's more it's more there than what Miami got. Miami got a lot of questions. What are you going to do with Tyreek, Tua? The defense kind of got ate up a little bit. They got a lot of questions. So, what's the most attractive job? I would say the Raiders are attractive as a job, but it is the Raiders. They do got the number one pick. They got $100 million worth of cap space, but it is the Raiders, though. You know what I'm saying? You do got Max Crosby.
but the Raiders,
Um,
you can't mess up the quarterback position this time. I mean, you got to take Mendoza number
what's the
one.
tight end? They got Brock Bowers.
Yeah, Brock Bowers,
So they do
GT
got
young running back.
couple pieces. Jenny at running back. So they got a couple of pieces. Got a lot of cap space. They got the number one pick. But it's the Raiders, though, man. That owner, man, is speaking of owners. Side note: Jerry Jones, you are delusional, bro. I don't know what we need to start doing a health check on you, bro, because you think you're gonna
Seriously,
get to 5. You think you at 3. So you think you're gonna get 3 more Super Bowls before you pass away, bro? You're
he wants
83.
4. He wants 4 more. He wants to be the one with the most when he's done. And I'm like,
Oh, so he needs 7. Oh
yeah.
yeah, bro. That means you better start winning them now. And you're
Here's the
not
thing with
winning this year.
Here's the thing. Jerry's ego is too big, man. He's a control freak, and Cowboys fans swear he not in control of everything. And
Man,
they want to say Stevens in control, more so in control. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm
no,
seeing
he's
some of the
not.
same
He's
stuff.
from the rooter to the tutor. It's Jerry Jones.
Yeah, yeah, man.
And people think Clark is bad. Clark lays back and let the football guys make football decisions, bro.
Jerry think he know
And
football like
and
that.
actually, at this point, if Clark Hunt is called in, that's not a good thing, to be honest with you. Um, and when the great John Dorsey was GM, he was called in a couple of times. He don't want to be called in. He wants y'all to make the decisions, and then you present your argument to him when it's time for him to open his checkbook.
Yeah, I think the
But he
last
don't want
and
to be called in to make decisions for you.
yeah, and I think the last time we really seen that from Clark for real is when Kareem Hunt, lied to him, lied to the organization, and he had to step in and make the
No, I think
decision
that
to
was
let
a
him go.
great decision.
You think so? I heard it was more Clark Hunt, but you know,
Uh, well, yeah, Clark was mad too. So, but I think that it was presented to Clark by Brett Veach, like, "Hey, we told the dude he didn't, he didn't say what." And a lot of people trying to say that Rasheed Rice is the same. I don't think it's the same entirely. I
it's a
don't think it's
different
the same at
situation.
all. It's a way different situation. Um, Kareem told him about the incident. He didn't tell him all the details of the incident. You know what I'm saying? So then when the footage was released, then it was like, dang, dog, you didn't tell us. You know what I'm saying? And that was not the Kareem had gotten to a couple of incidents that offseason, man. He
Yeah.
really punched the guy. He punched the guy like a cruise or something. Like, shout out, man. Kareem, your comeback story, your
Uh,
180 is incredible, bro.
we know a
Because
little bit about young Kareem and off the
yeah,
field
young
stuff.
Kareem was a
Yeah,
wild boy, man. But
yeah,
you got it together, man. I wish we would have won your Super Bowl. I'm still in
right.
favor of bringing you back for another year, just to be like a third running back veteran type of guy.
Yeah,
I'm still in
good
that
solid
camp.
vet.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that, but yeah, you were a wild boy. You were a
Man.
wild dude, correct. Tyreek was a wild boy too. That's another thing about this Rasheed Rice situation.
So I
I
want
hate to
to,
say it, we've been here before. You know what I'm saying? We've been through this
yeah,
before.
and I want to ask you about Tyree too, because I mean I know you saw it on two posts by him and Patrick Mahomes, and
Tyreek
I
is out the chain, man.
yeah, and I wondered if Tyree was just trolling because he saw Patrick post made a post like that or what? Because like I said this a while ago. I said whenever Tyree does hang it up, like before he does hang it up, I said I could see him being the Chiefs uniform for 1 year and make it his final year before he hangs
Yeah.
it up. I mean, do you think they may have some legs?
I don't think Tyreek really wanted to leave.
Yeah.
I think it was a money play,
Hmm.
and a lot of people realize the grass ain't greener on the other side, but it's too late. Now you already over there. I think it's a little bit of that. I think I really don't think that Tyreek really wanted to leave. I don't think Pat wanted him to leave. Um, I don't know if Travis wanted him to leave or not.
I mean, I'm not too sure, but
It was a it's behind the scenes, but it was a little
right,
shaky with Tyreek and
right,
Travis. But
right.
I still think they brothers and stuff. Brothers that have fights. But
Mhm.
I wouldn't. It's gonna have to be, man. It's gonna be a cheap deal. It's gonna have to be a cheap
Oh
deal,
yeah, of course, yeah,
and
definitely.
it's gonna have to be a prove it deal too. Um,
But I mean, he'll be coming off an injury too.
yeah, how's he gonna look after injury? I have no doubt that Tyreek Hill is a worker. I have no doubt that he's gonna come back at as close to 100% as he can. Is he still gonna be fast?
Yeah,
Is he still gonna be quick?
and before he got hurt, he was kind of hinting at retirement early, like retiring kind of young. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He
well,
was kind of hinting at that.
he he put up the yards. He got the numbers. He got the Super Bowl. What more do we got to do? Really? He's at that point now. Like now, you're just chasing legacy, right?
Yeah,
So, I would. It would have to be a definitely a team friendly deal, and don't sleep on if Rasheed Rice is innocent. Don't sleep on him getting a team friendly. Boy, you messed up deal like Tyreek got. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be sleeping about that either.
mhm.
Um,
And
because
side note,
Tariq certainly got a boy. You messed up, didn't you? Deal.
right, right. And side note, I mean, we you mentioned Travis Kelsey earlier in the show, and just based on what he said on his podcast, it made it seem like he gonna give it a go for 1 more year. Like I don't have to hear him like just confirm that he'll be back 1 year. I mean, just that quote right there, just did enough for me right there. I'm like, he gonna give it a go 1 more year. So
Yeah, I agree because the parameters he set of I just need to be healthy and I can make a 20 to 18 to 20 game run. Like you're gonna be healthy because you're not playing in the playoffs. So you got a few weeks to get, the beginning of the league doesn't start till man, you got plenty of time to heal up, bro. Like, chill out, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was hinting at him coming back. I think low key Pat made the call of, come on, bro. I know, man. Give me one more, bro. You
Like
still got
it
it.
can't end like that.
You can't. We cannot go out like that. Give me another. Give me another 20 games, bro. I'll get you to the Super Bowl, and
And then on
then the
top of that,
chips get fall where they may.
and then on top of that, man, like if whenever Travis does make it official to come back for 1 more year, the Chiefs, they just whoever they bring in for as offensive coordinator, whatever they do in the offseason to help this offense out, they got to take the load off of Travis, man, because once again this year we got into a position where Travis was one of the main focal points again on his offense. Now, granted, he did look fresh. He looked fresh. He didn't look as slow like how he did last year, but you saw throughout the course of the year, you can kind of tell Travis is starting to wear down a little bit to where he might be in that Jason
He
Witten type
can't
of
be.
mode.
He can't be the number one no more. He just
Right.
can't. Like, it's not physically possible for him to be the number one. Like, he's
Not at
still good.
36.
He's still good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still
But
what,
but
top
but
five?
but he can't
But
be out
you
there being
know,
like Trey McBride and George Kittle. Like he can't have that work
yeah, no.
anymore.
Well, he's better than George Kittle because George Kittle's always hurt.
But I'm just talking
He's
about the
always a player.
workload. I'm just
Oh
talking about
yeah,
like how
yeah,
much
yeah,
those guys get dependent on. And
yeah,
Brock
yeah, yeah.
Bowers, you can't be those type of guys anymore taking on that kind of workload.
Who unplugged my extension cord? Anyway, yeah, no, he can't. And that's where it hurts with the Rasheed Rice thing because you were supposed to be the guy to lighten the load. You were the um I would say Noah Gray, but they don't use Noah Gray properly.
Yeah,
Wiley looks like he could be there. They look like there's something there, but we haven't seen it. They won't let us
he's
see
barely been
it.
on the field.
He's barely been on the field. Um, who's the other tight end that we got? Noah,
We got
Travis,
Jay Brennan still. We still have yet
Brennan
to see
Stoll.
him
Yeah,
on the
we've yet
field.
to see him. So there's talent there. You just, I mean, a lot of things, man. A lot of things gonna go into motion after we. It's gonna start to make sense after we get this OC too. That's another thing. Like, how much is the OC gonna change what we're doing? Like, if you get a Mike McDaniel, then he's gonna change the whole thing. You feel me? Like, not change the whole thing, but that's why I don't think you're getting the Mike McDaniel because how is him and Andy gonna work? You know what I'm saying?
I think him and Andy would click. Um, I think Andy would trust them to fix the running game. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't gonna change the entire scheme, but I think Mike McDaniel will definitely put a decent amount of his input, into
Yeah.
the entire game plan, or playbook in
Uh,
general. So
to answer the question, Matt Nagy is currently
he's interviewing.
interviewing. He's interviewed with. I think they're doing Zoom interviews now. So he's interviewed with the Titans. He's on. He got the Ravens
Yeah.
scheduled, the Raiders,
hmm
Cardinals. I think was on there.
I didn't see Cardinals, but if you caught
I
it,
thought I
then
seen the Cardinals. It was like 3 or 4 teams. So he's
mhm.
doing interviews. The word on the street is by Nate Taylor and a couple other guys that regardless of him getting the job or not, he's not coming back. So I know a lot of people are up in arms about that, but right now, word on the street is he's not coming back regardless of if he gets a job or not, which is probably for the best.
It definitely is for the best.
Yeah. I think like with a guy like Mike Kafka or whatever his name is right now. I can't.
Mhm.
It's Kafka right now. He's been gone long enough that I think he has ideas and plays and schemes that he's developed in Andy's scheme, but on his own outside too. And he has a little bit of the Brian Dayball, who's also he's an Andy Reid guy too, ain't he?
You said Dabo?
Yeah,
I believe so. I know Dabo was here before. That was like a long time ago. That was when like Ty Haley was the coach. I think
yeah.
that's when he was here.
Um, but anyway, so he's been gone long enough that I'm sure he has his own ideas and stuff. Um, I'm kind of thinking, would there be like a co OC type of thing? Could you do a
Um,
co Kafka and the enemy together?
that might be doing too much.
Is it though?
Honestly, I mean, look. I mean, look. Yeah,
If you bring in the enemy as running back, running game
well, that's a
concept,
that's a lateral move though. If you want
yeah.
to if you
But
bring them back to the same thing.
if you make him assistant OC, then it's an upgrade, right?
Man, he don't need to be the assistant, man. Like he had like his results were too good here. I mean, he'll have to be the main OC again.
I mean, but it's always been a lot of voices in the room, though. So he was OC when Kafka was here, wasn't he?
Yeah,
And
and
Kafka
Cap.
was quarterback coach.
Yeah, I was about to say Capke was QB coach.
I think Kafka, like whoever gets hired in New York, is probably going to bring in their own staff.
Hmm.
So I think Kafka is going to be out of a job. Um, it's a couple guys. I kind of like what they did in Tampa Bay, man. They kept Ty Balls and said, "Hey, the rest of y'all got to go." It's a lot. It's a Tampa Bay got a lot of talent. Baker Mayfield's been playing great. They still got Mike Evans. They still got Chris Godwin. They still got a nice defense.
And they ain't
It
waste
wasn't
no
working.
and they ain't waste
It,
no time firing their special teams coach. I
and
mean, I don't know what we
they
waiting
got them
on.
out of there, bro. All of them. They got everybody out of there. So far we've let go of Connor Embry, which I'm sorry, Connor. It
Yeah,
had to happen, bro.
and
You had
and
to go.
uh, and Nate Taylor had said quite a bit about that too. He had a lot to say on Cody and Gold the other day.
Yeah.
But on
I
this
told Nate
specific,
he shook up the internet.
oh yeah, he definitely did. But specifically with Connor Embry, he said the entire wide receiver room was frustrated with Connor, and Travis Kelsey and DeAndre Hopkins was more impactful and influential for Rasheed and Xavier.
Look at the tape.
Hmm.
Look at the tape.
And we talked about
Um,
DeAndre Hopkins too last year when Xavier Worthy got on a bit of a run in the second
and
half of the year.
everybody got on me because I said if I was Sky Moore, remember when we signed DeAndre Hopkins? I said
Mhm.
if I'm Sky Moore, Xavier Worthy, the young guys, I probably said particularly Sky Moore, I would get as close as I can to DeAndre Hopkins, no matter how long he here, and dig into his brain, learn how to be a pro. Same thing that Ali Smith did for Patrick Mahomes. I would get DeAndre Hopkins in here, and I would just live with him as long as he's here and learn and soak up all the game that he could give me. It looked like Xavier Worthy was doing that.
Hmm. And D Hop was challenging him in practice like
Yeah.
every day.
And he regressed. He was hurt. He was hurt. Um,
He played
he
hurt the
was hurt.
entire year.
Shoulder was hurt. Ankle was clearly hurt off and on. I know Carrington been on his head a lot lately, but and other fans are calling him a bust. But I think he clearly was hurt. He wasn't being properly coached at all. And now, man, if they hire Jeremy Macklin though, they owe us. They owe us
Oh yeah,
something. We
definitely.
need an interview with sponsorship or something because
Because we've been pushing J
we
Mac.
started the Jeremy Macklin as wide receiver coach
We've been
a
pushing that
year and a
agenda
half
for the
ago.
past few years. Yeah.
Yeah. So if y'all better not y'all can man, that would be so dope if they are Jeremy though. That would be so dope. But yeah, Connor had to go, man. It just it, you wasn't at it, the production wasn't matching anything on the field. It wasn't working. We led the league in drops. Out of your 3 years being coach, we were leader in drops twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. I'm not done. I would Dave told. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. You gotta go, bro.
Yeah. I don't know what the
You gotta
holdup
go,
is.
sir. You gotta go. You gotta go. I need somebody else here. It's just like you just it, it's almost like you don't care anymore, Dave. It's like you don't care. And you just there watching the game, but you're not coaching. You're not making them better.
I mean, pretty
Jack
much everybody was
Cochran,
like that though. Pretty much everybody was
mhm,
like that on the coaching staff this year.
yeah, and that's why I think it should be way more changes than just Connor Embry and Matt Nagy. Those are two. You're off to a great start. You're off to a great start.
But there's still
I
work to
really
do.
wouldn't. I really wouldn't touch the defense
Yeah,
side.
yeah. Defense. I mean, I know you
I,
got your.
I
I know.
really
I know
wouldn't
you got
touch
your
the
qualms about
defensive side.
Spags. You got your qualms about Spags. Rightfully so. But
But it's not his coaching.
right.
It's the bias and thresholds and the arm length and he got to have
Yeah.
the right number of teeth and all his shoes
Mm-hmm.
got to be the right size. Oh, that's silly shit. That's what I'm talking about with Spags.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think as far as Joe Cullen, Brandon Daly, Dave Merritt, especially, I think those guys are good. Like I'm cool with keeping them. But
Like if I had to pick somebody on the defensive staff, I mean maybe Daly, but other than that, it's not really much to really address on that side of the ball.
that D line got to get better too. So, but I don't know if that's just the talent or is
I
that
think
coaching?
I think it's more so talent personally. Cause remember when we was in the run for Boye Mafe, right
Yeah,
at the trade deadline? I know Nate Taylor said the Chiefs are looking to sign him as one of their free agent acquisitions.
makes sense.
So we'll be on the eye for
That's
that.
that's why that's why I see Brees Hall as a viable option because they tried to get Brees Hall, and
And
boy
and,
in
and
my face.
And I remember at the time with like years ago when Boya Marv was in the draft, I know Kylie, shout out to Kylie, used to be part of us. But she was big on
The
Boye
Kingdom
Mafe.
Queen.
Yeah, she was big on Boye Mafe at the time.
Yeah, she was. Shout out to Kylie and what's up, Nick, and their
Mhm.
family.
Shout out to
Yeah, I I think those are obvious picks. They shouldn't break the bank. Uh, Boye he's good. He's solid. He's not a superstar.
yeah.
Um, and you need somebody on the other side with George. Um, and you just need pieces in that room, bro. You just need talent in that room. They can't get no pass rush with 4 down linemen. And if you could replace that with a Omar Norman Lot healthy, Chris Jones, George, Boye Mafia, a Bain, a Bailey, one of those type of guys, and then or I hate to say it, but if you could put Peter Woods in that room, maybe that'd be
Ugh.
something. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know.
He gave me
Uh,
Ryan Sims vibes, bro.
Zion Young. Um, who else is some
And
defensive guys? What's
Zion
the other
Young, I
kid
like
from
the
Miami?
Zion Young, I like the talent, but it's in between the ears, man. Because he'll do some dumb stuff at times. Like sometimes he won't shut his mouth. He'll keep yapping, or sometimes he'll get a dumb penalty, whatever. It's little stuff like that. But
Yeah, but I think you got a if you got a leader like Chris Jones, he can. I think he can quiet it down.
hmm
We'll see. But they need a lot of talent on that line. I don't necessarily think Mike Pennell's coming back. I don't
I
necessarily
think Mike
think
Manel is done.
I don't think Derek Notty's coming back. Omar showed flashes, but he got hurt, so he's coming in off an injury. So you need. I did like the Pickens kid from the practice squad last couple games.
Zach Pickens, yeah.
Yeah, Zach Pickens. It was another kid that was flashing on the D line. I can't think of it. I have
I,
to ask D Mac.
I know who you're talking about, but it's left my mind too.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So yeah, so you definitely need like Fesco said, you need 2 ends, you need 2 D tackles, and you need a running back. So if I got 20 million to spare, after I'm figuring after I sign all my guys that I'm gonna bring back. So
Okay, so let's say let's say this Rasheed situation doesn't turn out well for him, and they got to go in a different direction for a wide receiver. Like, how much does that impact their first round draft decision?
It don't for me. I think that pass rush is the biggest need that you have.
Okay.
That's the it's clear in a way. Number one, clear in a way, and man, I hate to have to piece it together with some cheap ass receivers, but you might have to. You might have to.
Ooh.
You might have to throw Hollywood back in there. You might have to
No,
see.
we
I
can
don't
do
even
better
know
than
who
Hollywood, bro. We can do better than that, bro. Like,
who's on the market though. Who's out there?
I mean, look, I'll have to look, man. But hell, like, you might get some playmakers in the second round, but
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that's gonna stop you from drafting. No, no, you gonna draft. You have to draft a wide receiver. I'm not saying that's gonna stop you. You might have to do some stop gaps or something. I'm not bringing. I don't think Juju's coming back. By the way, his tweets were them exit interviews that
yeah,
hit this
yeah,
weekend.
Juju done, and like Juju, he still has not had 10 years in the NFL. Like, I know he came in the league real mad young, at like 19, 20, but it's just still amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's still unbelievable.
Damn, Juju ain't even. Juju's
He's
still like
not 30 yet.
26, right?
He's not even 30 yet.
They'll mess around and bring Juju back for another year.
I don't know.
I, they need
Because I
a
mean,
vet though.
at some point, you gotta worry about developing Jalen Royals. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm in favor of bringing Taekwon back for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. I'm not gonna change my draft strategy though. I'm not. I still think pass rush is your biggest need, bro. You still got one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Um, if you add a quality running back to this, it looks better. You still got one of the top 5 tight ends on the league. Uh, I'm not. I would still draft a wide receiver, but you might draft a wide receiver even if it works out with Rasheed Rice because he's on the contract year anyway. He can't go anywhere unless you cut him, or his trade value is probably next to none right now. So I would get whoever the wide receiver coach is. That's another reason why I would get Jeremy Maclin to get Rasheed Rice locked in. Man, you got to get locked in, bro. You're about to piss away your entire career over avoidable mistakes. Both of your mistakes that you've made could have been avoided. The injury couldn't have been avoided, but the mistakes you made outside the field, both of those could have been avoided by being smarter. Um,
And like and like
and
and like Rasheed knew he was already on thin ice to begin with, man.
right, right, and I'm not gonna get all the way into it, but you just never know, man. You never know how somebody's gonna react to things, and you got to be fully aware. Um, I'm not siding on anybody's side right now. I'm not going to defend Rasheed Rice right now until we get more of it. Until we get more of it, it's really not even fair to speculate any further. But you gotta, bro. You can't have any more mistakes. You can't. No more. You can't. You're done. You're already on thin ice, like you said. So now the ice is cracking, and you don't have a jacket. You don't have a life preserver. You out there butt naked on some thin ass cracked ice. You got to stop messing up, bro. You just got to. It got to stop now. I don't know what you need to do, who you need to lock in with, who you need to build with, but you got to do it now, bro. You don't have another choice. It's because it's either going to be this or you're going to be a journeyman outside of the league, and you're going to be 28 talking about what you used to do. I would immediately put him with Kareem Hunt because you don't want that same video of you on the side of the highway getting pulled over, crying, saying, I should be playing in the Super Bowl. I was that guy on the Super Bowl champion team, and I threw it away. by mistake, liquor, weed, or whatever, jealousy, or whatever caused you, whatever happened, bro. You about to piss it away, bro. Don't piss it away. Don't do it.
Yeah, and the thing is, man, like, does he want to get helps? Because I mean, I don't know, man. Like, because like even before we drafted him, like you knew about the stuff that went on at SMU. Like he had some troubling stuff out the field then. And I don't know if he had some stuff going on in high school, but because the only thing I know back, even go back, the only thing I can go back on is what went on at SMU, and apparently it's following them to the NFL, and
Yeah, I didn't even know
it's some
about that.
issues.
Carrington was talking about it today on the radio. I really didn't even know about that. But all those things sound childish. All those things sound like something that you're just not thinking. It all sound correctable. It all sound like, bro, go get some help. I don't know if you just listening to your friends. Maybe you should stay away from home, bro. Home ain't always the place to go, bro, because you the man, you getting the money. A lot of people think you got first round $1 million money that you do not have. You are a second rounder. You don't have no guaranteed 5th-year option, bro. Them hanger-ons, bro, they will get you out of the league. And you know what they're gonna do? Leave.
Yeah, and
Once
all
the
that.
money gone,
Yep,
once
and
the
all that.
money gone, they gone too.
Exactly.
So you got to be smart about your decisions that you make, bro. You have to be. And if you have to lock in by yourself, like I've met Rasheed Rice like 4 or 5 times. I feel like dude was in redemption mode the last year because he had the thing in the highway, signing every autograph, being super nice to all the kids. You seen it? We seen Rasheed in camp. Super nice to the kids, humble, great guy, laughing, and bro, you just got it. But you got to lock in, man. The spotlight is on you, bro. The spotlight is on you every day, and
And
this is
what's
the social media era. You can't go nowhere without being watched, taped, recorded, speculated about, all that stuff. This is the game, bro. That's the game right now. If we happen to blow up and become a #1 major podcast, we can't make the same moves that we making right now, let alone an NFL star on the biggest team, America's team, the most watched team in the league. The numbers came out. We had what, 4 of the top 5 best-selling games?
yep, it's been like that
Everybody's
for a minute.
watching you, bro. Everybody is watching you. You got to be careful with this decisions that you make. Do I want to end up on ESPN? We got to bring back that Herm Edwards soundbite. Don't end up on dun dun dun. Don't do it.
Don't press in.
Don't press it. It'd be better if it was like the tweets, like if it was like the Tyrann Mathieu where he was just tweeting. Low key, half of the stuff I agree with. Like, yeah, Tyron, we are. It's not the greatest fan base in the world.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, couldn't deny that one bit.
And yeah, some of that stuff you was like, yeah, it only hurts because it sounds true. But I wish it was just tweets with Rasheed. And he's like, hey man, stop tweeting. Chill. But I mean, and maybe and look, I hope it's not too late to come back from. It might be. Who knows? Who knows? Let it play out though. I know a lot of people are judging and that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? It is what it. That's the era that we live in. Everything's gonna be super negative before it be positive. Because what if all of this? She hasn't filed any criminal charges. What if all this just blows over, goes away? It really didn't happen. Who knows? And then it's gonna be like they're not gonna give up. They're not just gonna sweep it under the rug. That'd be like a small paragraph. Lady recounts all statements. Small paragraph on a Friday. Nobody cares. They're not going to care. And then a lot of this stuff, a lot of the negative stuff, look at the people that's tweeting all the negative stuff. They're not even Chiefs fans. I've seen a Dolphins fan tweet. I've seen Raiders fans, Bills fans, Pat fans. I'm like Patriots fans. Stephon Diggs just got caught. He's facing a felony charge for choking his maid. How are y'all talking?
Yeah.
So, man, stay off the internet, man. Like in all ways, whether you know it or don't, man, stay off the internet and leave the girls alone, man. For real, it just feel bad, man. Leave them girls alone. But hopefully, it come together. You know, if we got to cut them, we got to cut them.
It's pretty and it's crazy, like, like, because a few weeks ago I actually ran into Rashid. I mean, we just had a brief conversation. I just said what's up
He's
and I
a
wished him
cool.
well.
Like
That was
if
that.
y'all ever met Rasheed Rice, he's the cool kid, man. He's like really he damn near seems shy almost. I don't know. I ain't never like hung out with him, but he was cool, very receptive. He knew who my son was the first and the second time that they met. They you know what I'm saying? Like he was cool as hell. I don't understand. So who knows? Maybe a person is cool as hell and a monster in when the lights is off, but you got to be aware that the lights is on at all times, bro. You got to be aware of that. You this is the game, this is the life that you signed up for when you want to be an NFL player. The camera's always on. That red light is always on. Always, even when you don't think it is.
Yep. So yeah, man. With that being said, man, I think we're gonna make this a quick one tonight.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
We ain't got nothing to talk about.
There ain't much to talk about. Season over with. I mean, we briefly talked about the Raiders loss. I mean, season done with, and
So
now it's just all season and draft talk.
yeah, so all right, and we'll dive into this later on in the off season. But right
Okay.
now, today, you get Brett Veach, you get to hire your dream OC. Or how about this? Once you finish hiring your staff, so I need an OC, I need a wide receiver coach, and let's say a special teams coach or something.
Oh, so you put me on the spot to come up with the staff right now?
Yeah. Okay, just come up with an OC.
Man,
Who would you hire right now if Mike McDaniel, Kafka, Bieniemy,
Nate
who else?
Shieldhouse.
Nate Shieldhouse. You get your choice. They all want to work for you. Who you hiring as your OC?
I mean, look, McDaniel. I mean, that's the dream scenario. But if I had to pick, it's probably Nate Shieldhouse, man. I roll with that.
Okay. I
That's
kind
if
of
he's
think I would.
available.
Yeah, I kind of think I would roll with Kafka because he already knows. He knows Andy. He knows Pat, and then he's been out of the web for like 5 years. Maybe he got some. Maybe he picked up. I'm banking that he picked up on something while he was gone. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Hopefully. But I mean, if I
hopefully,
had to choose between Kafka and EB, I mean, so look, I wouldn't mind EB coming back. Is it the best? Is it the best scenario?
as
No,
much as
but
they've been begging for EB around these parts, y'all better not say a damn word.
exactly. Because if EB come back, I don't want to hear no more complaints, dog. Because he got y'all results.
Bruh,
He got y'all results year in, year out, dog. Like I'm
mm,
talking about
mm,
top 3 in all kinds of offensive categories when he was here.
bruh. If Eric Bieniemy come back, I don't want to hear the words accountability no more. I don't
I
want to
mean, you're
hear
going to hear in the beginning.
he's holding people in check. He's holding people accountable. I don't want to hear none of that because this is what y'all asked for. Also, I don't want to hear nothing when he yells at Pat. I don't want to hear it because y'all, this is what y'all
Exactly.
asked for. When he yelling and getting in people's ass, I don't want to hear it because y'all, this is what y'all wanted. This is what y'all asked for. Sometimes you got to be careful what you ask for, and sometimes you might just be right. I'm not saying you're wrong, but man, I don't want to hear it because the reason y'all ran him out of here and you didn't want him anymore because he was yelling at Pat, he was holding people accountable.
And I
Y'all
don't want
didn't
to hear
want
from
that.
Pat either. I don't want to hear from Pat either because the last 3 years, you saw how your production went down a little bit. It went down, down, down with this guy, Matt Nagy. So I ain't trying to hear it if EB come back and he getting your butt about missing a read or missing a throw. I ain't trying to hear it. Get better like how you was doing.
Exactly. What
Get
about
back to
playing?
that 40 touchdown, 50 touchdown type of quarterback that we was accustomed to seeing.
So if Pat came to you and said, "Hey Chuck, I need my guy," he don't have to be OC. He could be quarterback coach or something. But I need my guy in that building. Would you go get him?
You talking about Kingsbury?
Yeah.
If he a QB, if Kingsbury a QB coach, I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but offensive coordinator, nah. Nah. Cause listen, I want to address that real quick because I saw a stat where Washington was in shotgun more than us this past season. So for all the people who want Kingsbury as the offensive coordinator, you trying to make the offense even worse.
The only thing they know is he used to coach Pat. That's all they know.
I'm
They
like,
don't care
stop
about
it, man. Let's knock it off, bro. Knock it off. Cause dog, I'm sorry. Kingsbury is great Roman 2.0. Cause the first year is good, but after that, it slowly goes downhill. It never gets better when it goes downhill.
And Jalen Daniels wanted him back. That's the word on the street.
Yeah, and look, I don't blame Jaden because I mean they had some that first year. You know what I'm saying? And
I
this
said
past
Jalen Daniels. That's a kid from Kansas, ain't it? My bad.
Jaden Daniels. I knew who you was talking about.
My
But
bad.
like Jaden Daniels, he didn't play many games this year. You know, he was hurt and stuff. But even when Jaden Daniels was healthy, you saw that teams were figuring out Washington because they got film on them now from the past year. And Washington was trying to come with the same stuff. And teams were slowing it down.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm in the scenario of give me Kafka and B-Enemy at the same time. We'll make it work. You run the running backs, you run the quarterbacks and wide receivers. Make it work. My passing game coordinator and my running game guy.
I mean, would you? And another thing about the coaching staff stuff. I mean,
Oh snap! Hold on, wait a minute before we leave. This is
look
this
who
is a
just popped up.
surprise.
Look who just popped up.
The faceless wonder.
DG, what's up, my guy? What's good?
Oh, he
Yeah,
got to say something. He got to want
yeah,
to cut us
I had to
out because
hop
he
on
said
stage.
something.
Yep, I had to hop on stage.
What'd you
But
say, DJ?
I gotta address something.
Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt y'all show, and I hope
Nah,
y'all
you
not
did, baby.
You good, man.
Listen, man, I in no shape or form do I ever come on here and try to put coaches down or say that a coach should be fired unless it's really worth it. I'm not saying Andy Reid should be fired. I never said that.
Oh,
Like,
it's about the tweet.
Right.
Okay.
yeah, and I'm speaking to the last episode to tell the truth of a lot of people who don't know or whatever. My statement was, this is a results-based business, and in order for you to keep your job, you have to produce results. Now, Andy Reid has done a great job of that, producing results. Right? Ever since he's come here, his 10-year in his Chiefs career, he's missed the playoffs twice. Or whatever. I don't want to hear about the old days. I don't care about the old days.
They the old days.
They the old days for a reason. The old
The thing
days.
about the old days is they the old days.
Yes. And the thing about the old days is they didn't have a generational quarterback playing for them.
Nope.
So to say that you're going to sit here and waste prime years of a generational quarterback's talent in the time that we are in right now is a disservice. And I'm not for that. Like if that's what's going to happen, and I'm not saying Andy Reid's not the guy for the job. I definitely think he is. I definitely think he can make the changes. And this was also, I also said this before they made coaching changes the other night. So I'm glad to see that there is some progression with some of the coaches being changed around, Connor Embry being let go. I don't know that really the other guys' names or whatever.
Quality
Matt
Louis
Nagy's gonna be
something.
brought back.
Right. But guys, when, like I said, when you don't produce results, and we've seen from what Nate Taylor said on his podcast, and what other people said on it about Embry, when you don't produce results, you get fired. It's just a fact. Andy Reid is not absolved from that. I'm sorry. I hate to break that to y'all, But you can't have 2 losing seasons, especially in Patrick Mahomes' prime career. It doesn't work like that. Like if they go next year and say somehow Pat does come back and he's healthy, right? And you still see the same things that are happening this year, that happened this year, happen going into this upcoming year. Are you sitting here trying to tell me that seat doesn't start to get hot? Because there's plenty of other coaches that'll come in and change things around and change them for the better. So if you're not willing, and y'all know I've been saying this all year, since the beginning of last year, you have to adapt and grow to this league. The league changes from year to year. The league this year is the league that this year is not going to be the same as next year. There's more athleticism at the quarterback position. There's more speed at the receiver position. There's more speed at the edge position now.
Yeah.
It's a different
running backs
game.
matter.
Running backs matter. Like, it's a different game. I'm sorry. The quarterbacks are not the same quarterbacks that they were when you first brought your system in. This isn't Tom Brady's league anymore. This isn't Ben Roethlisberger's league anymore. This isn't Peyton Manning's league anymore. I'm sorry, those guys are gone. Adapt and change. That was my only frustration this year. I love Andy. I love Spags. I said it on the pod. I think both of those guys are geniuses. But to sit here and keep complaining about me saying that, oh, you wouldn't have survived the old days. But, bro, I was here for the old days. I remember Tyler Palco. I remember Tyler Thigpen. I remember the week we brought Kyle Orton in for 1 week to play for us.
Brody Crow.
Bro, like, I remember those times, bro. I was in the stands in 2001 when LaDainian Thompson came in here and ran all over us. Like, I remember those days. Don't tell me about the old days, bro. I know I'm only 34 years old or whatever, but don't tell me about the old days, bro, because I survived a lot of them. And it's the reason why I'm sitting here and a Chiefs fan today. You know? So I had to just come on and address that. I'm sorry to interrupt whatever y'all
you good.
about. But
Good, fam.
I was literally on the timeline pissed because people really sometimes piss me off because I do my very best, especially for this pod, to make sure that I am on point and have my P's and Q's together. But there are points in times where I gotta call a spade and be honest, you know, and let my personality show. And I thank Country and Chuck for bringing me on here because that's what they wanted out of me, to bring me on here, to let my personality show. If you do not like that or whatever, you don't like my opinions or whatever, unfollow me, please, gladly. I don't need.
What did they
follow.
think you said, bro? What?
Right.
Basically, I said that Andy should be fired after one losing season, and that's never what I said. I said,
no, you said if we come back, I watched the episode.
Yeah, I completely understood what you said.
You said if we have another season like this, I'm gonna start looking at Andy too.
Yes, I said if you're not going to make changes to the coaching staff, changes to your scheme, adapt and grow from what you learned this year, if you're going to sit and be stubborn, you will be fired. Plain and simple. Like, I don't. If you're at your job, right, and your boss comes to you and says, "Hey, your performance has been lacking," and you continue to have a lacking performance, what happens? You get fired. I can't have you on the team if that's the case. If you're not gonna pitch in and help, if you're not gonna do your job.
They just fired John Harbaugh. 18 years on the job.
That's right.
Like
18 years. 18 years.
And I guarantee you,
Mike Tomlin is on the hot seat. I don't even know.
On the hot seat. You can't tell me right now that Nick Sirianni might not be on the hot seat. If they don't produce results, you get
McDermott's on the hot seat right now.
Right. If the Bills lose on Sunday, I guarantee you there will be people calling for McDermott's head.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And those are guys that Andy Reid has produced. You know?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's just the way this goes. It's a results-based business, guys. Like, That's just the point of it.
But I want to go back and answer Sammy Joe's question after you
About the
after you look at
KC
the count.
Concepcion.
I mean, I would like KC Concepcion here. But we gotta wait till the Rasheed Rice situation plays out. I don't know what they're grading him as in the draft. But that's definitely somebody we can look at. And then that's if we go pass rusher for our first pick in the
Yeah.
first round.
I,
So he's
I,
definitely a guy we can look at.
even with the Rasheed Rice situation, which we don't really have anything to go off of. I don't even think that doesn't leapfrog the fact that we need pass rush. To me, I'm sorry, that pass rush is in dire straits. Like you on your last leg. Like if you don't drink this bottle of water, you're gonna die. You know what I'm saying? You need pass rush is the far number one need to me, bro. It has to be addressed multiple times in free agency and the draft. It has to be addressed. You just got too many holes in the D line and the edge line, in the edge room. It's just too many holes, bro. You gotta be addressed.
There's gotta be a skill change at the edge position. I'm sorry. That's the way the league is moving differently now. You cannot have all these guys be the same kind of skill set anymore. You know, big locomotive. I understand you want to put guys out there that'll help stop the run and set the edge and things of that nature. Now you need guys that are going to win with speed and win and bend corners, because it's not, that's the way the league is transitioning. You can't get to Bo Nix if you got George Karlaftis who runs a 5-1 out there. You know, like, I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way.
So somebody has to be helping on the other side.
Right.
Now you might, if somebody on the other side runs them into George, I think George will be there to make the stop. But I need somebody to get home. I need some speed. We need speed. We got workhorse. We got motor guys. Even Tom Bahali needed Justin Houston on the other side.
Yeah, and not just with speed. I mean, somebody that has more than one pass rush plan. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be like bull rush or bust, or you can only get to the quarterback on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have some counters too.
Just think about this. We still talk glowingly about old ass Terrell Suggs.
T Sizzle, shout out to him, man.
We talk glowingly about his time. He was way over the hill by the time he got here.
But Suggs was brought in as a situational pass rusher.
Yeah.
That like, you did it then, so why can't you do it now? But you know what? Suggs was brought in to complement a Frank Clark. Why do you think Frank Clark went crazy in the playoffs?
Exactly.
You know? Because you had on the other end a guy you could put in that was a veteran that knew, I can set an edge, I can get to QB, I can do versatile things for you, whatever. So if you're willing to do it back then, why aren't you willing to do it now? It makes no sense.
Because you won. Because you won.
But you produced the results.
Yeah. Because you won. No, I agree with you. I'm not in the mood to fire Andy Reid. I think that's ridiculous. His resume, you just don't fire Andy Reid. You just don't. It has to be an accumulation of things to fire Andy Reid, because he's a Hall of Fame coach.
Yes.
And the day he retires, 5 years later, he's going to go in the Hall of Fame. He's a first ballot Hall of Fame coach, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, that's easy. And by the way,
easy. The only thing he needed was Super Bowl win, and he's done 3 times. He's been to 5 Super Bowls in 6 years.
And by the way, DG, I mean, whoever commented on that post, man, look, he blocked me over some BS, bro. So I mean, don't even trip, dog.
We can talk about it off camera. Who was?
Yeah, it's not that. I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna call out anybody specifically or anything like that. But it's just the simple fact that I work very, very hard doing this. You know, I'm preparing for that, and it takes up my time doing this, you know, or whatever. But I do it because I have a passion for talking about the Chiefs.
Yes, sir.
I don't come on here to bullshit around, excuse my language, to bullshit around and give y'all, hot takes and narratives like that. If I say something on here, it's because I really truly mean it. I don't want to see Andy Reid fired. That's why I'm saying it. Change, adapt and grow to this league. Change, make the change. Because if you don't, there's somebody out there that will. Plain and simple.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna go to the sponsor real quick. Then we can talk about the NFL playoffs real quick before we get up out of here.
Yeah.
All right, so shout out to the good people on Underdog Fantasy. Use that promo code KingdomCast. That's KingdomCast. All in one word. You bet $5, you get up to $75 in bonus credits when you do. You can download it on Apple Store, Google Play. The NFL playoffs is this weekend. I'm sure they got all type of boosts and stuff for that. You want to give it a try. You still trying to make that Christmas bread back. There's opportunity for that. So again, use that promo code KingdomCast, all in one word, to sign up with Underdog Fantasy.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
putting the pressure on y'all right now, man.
Okay.
Because the first ever Kingdom Cast episode was me and Chuck breaking down Tennessee beating the Patriots. So we are going to possibly do some hate watching over the playoffs. Matter of fact, we should put up a poll. What game do y'all want us to watch and do a watch along with? We're going to choose by round too. NFC and AFC. We're going to pick one out of the 4 games. And we're going to sit there and do some hate watching because I don't know why, but some people root for other people when the Chiefs are out of the playoffs. I don't do that. I don't care who wins. I don't care who wins the Super Bowl. I really don't care who wins the playoffs because my team ain't in it. But I will sit there and watch and break down the game with y'all though. So let's keep them comments coming and let us know. We're gonna put up a poll. What do you say? Most of these guys in the draft, like Reese and Bailey, won't be drafted by Chiefs because they're linebackers and Spags eyes. We're looking for Ruben Baines.
Until he sees,
I don't know if we're looking for Baines either.
Look, I said it once, and I said it, and I'm gonna say it again. Spags, if you don't want to get involved with the program, you got to go. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Been saying it for weeks.
But
Yeah, I'm with you. I will root against.
Don't post it on Twitter.
I will root against the Chargers. I remember I went to the movies. The Chargers was up 21. I came out and they had lost. What was that? That was like 2 years ago.
You talking about when they lost to the Jaguars?
When they lost in the first round, they was up like by 24 or something. Like, oh my god,
they was up big. Yep.
The Chargers. Herbert, I'm looking at you, bro. You gotta win in the playoffs. All right, let's break down the playoffs, though. I'm sorry, Chuck.
All right, so Bills and Jaguars, man. I definitely want to address this first because I'm sick and tired of Bills fans, and then there's Mina Kimes trying to play gymnastics with Josh Allen, with what she said on her podcast. Like, listen, I looked up the stats, the defensive stats with the Buffalo Bills against these playoff teams that are in the playoffs. In the second half, they didn't give up no more than 10 points to any of those opponents they played. So I ain't trying to hear this whole, oh, well, they run defense is not good. Look, they've been holding teams down. I've seen them on third and long situations or third and short situations. They held it down. They have given Josh Allen the ball back multiple times so they can either come back and win the game or at least have a shot at the end. So I ain't trying to hear no excuses for real. I'm looking at the bracket and like the Bills can still get to the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. And like we've seen in the past in this Buffalo Bills, Jacksonville Jaguars matchup, Jacksonville has had their number. There is that. They can play with Buffalo, but I just feel like in this situation, if the Bills do get behind at halftime, they're gonna adjust, they're gonna make the necessary adjustments and they're gonna hold it down defensively. Like ETN all of a sudden won't have as many crevices to run through. Trevor, they could stall the offense out quite a bit to where Trevor Lawrence won't be as effective. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, the Bills should be able to find a way to pull this out.
I'm a co-sign with Slamming Sammy just said, Josh Allen, the spotlight on you, buddy.
All the big dogs are at home.
All the big
big
dogs at
dogs and
home on the
quarterbacks
couch
are at
watching
home.
you, dog. You got to show that you him, bro, or you out of the conversation, bro. You out of the conversation because them young boys ain't playing. Drake May ain't playing. Trevor Lawrence got a second win. They hungry, bro. Burrow ain't in it. Lamar ain't in it. Patrick ain't in it. Your time is now, bro. You gotta win the Super Bowl, Josh. You can't afford this, bro. Not your legacy. You always gonna be second place if you don't win this.
Yeah, personally, I think they should be able to. I think the Bills should be able to run the ball pretty effectively against Jacksonville. James Cook should have a decent game. That would open up the play action pass for Josh Allen to hit Kincaid or Dawson Knox or maybe Shakir on some quick throws, man. DG, what you got on it, bro?
Yeah, I went to consensus. Like I said, I've said this on Twitter as well too. The Bills have no choice. You have no other options. If they don't win it this year, if Josh doesn't get it done this year, I don't ever want to hear him being mentioned in that upper echelon ever again. I don't care what he does in the regular season. I don't care what he does stat wise or anything like that. The playoffs are about whose quarterback is playing the best. Well, who's the best quarterback in this field left? You. Everybody's gonna say you are. So there's no reason why you should not be able to get to the Super Bowl this year. No Mahomes, no
It's
Lamar,
Yep,
no
and this is
Burrow.
in spite of Drake May of what he did this year. You still the best quarterback in this field.
And listen, if you let Drake May in his second year in the league walk to Santa Clara, I don't want to hear it no more. Bro. I'm not trying to hear the excuses. I don't want to hear about all his defense. Let him down. Oh, he didn't have nobody to throw to. Blah blah. I don't care. I don't care because nobody wanted to hear that when the Chiefs in 2023 led the league in drops. Nobody wanted to hear it last year when they had to play Joe Tooney at left guard. Sorry,
Left
Mike
tackle.
Caliendo.
yeah, left tackle. Yeah, nobody wanted to hear it when Holmes was in Tampa Bay playing with all backups. Don't want to hear it. You know, I don't like. I don't want to hear the excuses. So this is the perfect year and the perfect time.
Oh my
Josh
God.
Allen
All the guests.
to
Yeah,
get
we
to
got
the
some
Super
more
Bowl.
reinforcements.
Hold on. Come on, man. Who gonna win? Because you
What's
need to
up
go
with
to
it,
bed
Mac?
anyway.
Bills, if you win, Josh, if you do not win, they say Patrick. Oh, I guess Patrick, he's just better than Josh. Patrick's out. No complaining. Burrow's out. So Lamar's out. Say thank you to the rest for not calling that flag. Say thank you to Tyler Loop or whatever his name is. And if you lose to the Jags, there will be a problem.
Yes, you're gonna slander.
A huge
I'm not
problem.
sure if this is my son or D-Mac's son. I really,
I'm not done.
I
I'm
very
do a
much
DNA
enjoyed.
test.
I enjoyed
Josh,
not
listen.
Tyler
If you
Luke or
are
whoever
on the
his name
couch
is.
watching, there's 230 people right now. You never know who. Never mind, 229. So
Hurry up,
if
man.
you lose, and if you don't even get to the Super Bowl, all you got to do is beat Bo Nix, Drake May, and all those other bums. No way you lose to Trevor Lawrence. Talking about Josh Allen,
Okay. Thank
a
you.
future Hall of Famer.
Okay. Thank you. Go lay down, please.
That was good,
I'm
lady.
sorry.
He could.
What's
He
up
had
with
to.
it, Mac?
He
He
could.
What's
been,
good, bro?
he
I don't
been
know if I
begging
can
me to get
follow
this.
that. I don't know if I can follow that. Look, I'll be
I
honest
can't
with
wait for
y'all.
the Texans to probably win a Super Bowl. I'm telling you.
Oh man, you
Something
funny.
about the
I like CJ
defenses.
Stroud. The Texans got the best defense in the league.
All right, go lay
I
down.
can hear them winning the Super Bowl.
All right, Max. So what you got on this first playoff matchup? That's where we're at right now with it.
First of all, Mac, do you want to fire Andy Reid? We just getting
Okay.
No,
all right.
so that's why I came on here. And
All right,
I'll
we'll
stick
talk
with you
about
guys
that.
to the playoff stuff. I got to say this real quick because I see the same tweet that pissed DG off, that pissed me off. I was chilling watching the college football playoff. And selfishly, I'm going to clip this later because I want to make sure that I get this out here. This is the problem because Country obviously has been a Chiefs fan his entire life. Chuck been a Chiefs fan obviously his entire life. DG been the Chiefs fan.
Go to the Summer Jam screen since they both off the camera right now.
Okay, I'll
so when you clip it already looks right.
I'll just be me.
Production value.
For the people that have been Chiefs fans their entire lives and now are saying, hey, Andy Reid is on the clock as far as fixing these things, it's not a matter of being spoiled. It's understanding the moment that we are in and how special and fleeting this moment is. That you don't want to waste the opportunities that you have with this amazing quarterback in Patrick Mahomes, that is the best quarterback in the National Football League. It's understanding that this is a very specific time in which you have to capitalize on it. This is the problem with some of these Chiefs fans that have rooted for this team and died with this team for a long time and are like, hey, I'm just happy to continue winning, which is completely understandable. And I get why that is the emotions. I feel those emotions, but I also look at this a little deeper. If you're a Chiefs fan that's rooted for this team for a long time and you're results oriented and you've seen the success that this team has had for the years leading up to this and be like, hey, they've just been winning. Everything's fine. They've had a down year this year, injuries, things happened, et cetera, things didn't go their way. They have a long leash to fix this. I understand why you come to that conclusion, but that's a casual way of looking at this. If you've been more process-oriented in being able to break down this team, then you've seen the decline of the offensive scheme of the last few years, the refusal to run the ball, the refusal to get under center, the refusal to adapt to modern defenses that force you to do those things so that you can put them in conflict and make things actually easier on your quarterback. You've seen the process declined as far as the pass rush because of Spag's archaic viewpoints on what a defensive lineman should look like. And that's the reason why Chris Jones has continued to have way too much on his plate. You've seen the arcade stuff as far as not getting young players on the field fast enough. You see how slow the defense looks because of that refusal as well. You see the reliance on certain guys just being brought in over and over again and being like, hey, this guy is a veteran, so we're just going to continue to put it out there instead of being willing to change things. So if you've been more results oriented and a casual viewer, it's perfectly understandable why you would come to the conclusion that it's crazy to say that Andy Reid might be on the hot seat. But guess what? If you're process oriented, it makes perfect sense why that would happen. We've seen the decline of these things. Guess what? Going into last year's Super Bowl, that was bad process. The yanking of Kingsley Suamataia messed up what happened in that left side of that offensive line. If you had stuck with him, I truly believe you would have saw a better Kingsley Suamataia over the back half of the schedule, and that would have helped you actually not have to move Joe Thuney to left tackle and screwed up your entire game plan. Not to mention the fact that the Eagles' entire game plan, because of how stale the offensive scheme, was incredibly difficult for Patrick Mahomes to try and overcome because they knew what was coming. They drove on everything short. That was bad process as offensive scheme from Andy Reid in that game, and that's what got us screwed in that Super Bowl. You guys, you know what else got us screwed in that Super Bowl? The Eagles' offense was easily operating because they didn't have to worry about a pass rush. Yeah, they have a great offensive line. Guess what? We didn't have a four-man pass rush the entire season. Guess what also happened this year? You added pounds to Omar Norman-Lott. He was their only chance of being able to improve it, and you still didn't have a pass rush. That hurt the defense this year. So these are process-oriented things that being in Super Bowls and winning Super Bowls because Patrick Mahomes is awesome can cover up. But eventually it's going to catch up with you, and this year it did. So guess what? Now either Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo, as the heads of this entire organization, need to make these changes, or they need to be on the clock because you cannot continue to waste Patrick Mahomes' seasons. And you're doing a disservice to Chiefs Kingdom, if you're in or out of Chiefs Kingdom, by burying your head in the sand and saying that, no, they deserve extra time to do it. No, this is a process-oriented business. If you're not continuing to do the right things, it is going to catch up with you. It's caught up to the Chiefs, and either Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo fix it, or they're going to be on the clock. That's how this works. Sorry to tell you. That's all I had to get up.
Hey, Lennox, in the middle of the D-Max rant, Lennox says, I like him.
can you come pick me up? I'll give you my address.
Yo. All right, calm down, Liddy. Calm
I
down.
had to defend how DG felt about it because it frustrated me. And I get it. I truly understand it. If you like, this is awesome to be in a position where we feel so privileged to talk about this. Like missing the Super Bowl is such a terrible year for us. But it's Patrick mother bleeping Mahomes. I'm not wasting extra time on him because Andy Reid doesn't change his scheme. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. That frustrates me. Patrick Mahomes deserves better. Chris Jones deserves better. He's 31 years old, carrying the entire defense on his back and shoulders because you refuse to get an edge rusher that actually can bend the arc. That's insane. You shouldn't have to do that. But these are the processes that have continued to decline that if you're only looking at the end results, you miss. And that's okay. I get why that happens, bro. Nobody wants to be the absolute sicko that's watching Jeffrey Basser week 18 tape versus the Raiders backups. But because we do that, we know that we've been here. We've been here for years. We understand what the problems are. So because we see this and they don't, that's why you get the frustration of when it catches up to them this year. You've had time to fix this and you refuse not to. So now you're going to be on the clock because you can't hide behind the Super Bowl championships. You can't hide behind Patrick Mahomes fixing it. Now you have to. It's on you, Andy Reid. It's on you, Steve Spagnuolo.
You know how much vouching I did for Andy Reid before Patrick Mahomes got here? A lot. Because there was a lot of years.
He changed the franchise. Nothing that happened can take that away. No. That's a fact. But this is the moment that we live in.
How many times have we had to hear about Andy Reid's clock management or Andy Reid's decision making late?
He can't win the big one.
He can't win the big one. Blah blah blah. You know, like I've defended Andy Reid a ton. I've defended Andy Reid a ton this year. You know, but eventually, at some point, your decisions catch up to you, and this league will outgrow you if you're not willing to adapt and change. You've been in the league long enough to know this now. You've adapted and changed before. Do it again. When things was going hectic and the defense was utterly disrespectfully trash with Bob Sutton being here, what'd you do? I know it probably hurt to let your friend go, but you knew at some point in time he's got to go. Make the change. That's all I was saying. That's the only thing I'm up here saying. If you don't like that as a Chiefs fan or being a watcher or listener of this podcast, don't listen. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you because you're not gonna get fake hot takes here. You're not gonna get any of that.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
But subscribe first and then don't listen.
Stop acting like this is a hot take. It's not a hot take. I promise you, it would be so much easier to be up and be incredibly lazy about this and just say, fire Andy Reid. I'm not saying that. That would be the lazy hot take thing to say. No, this is backed up by how much we have watched this team over the years and understand what the problems are. And we've reached this moment because of the decisions that they have made and the refusal to adapt. And this happens in sports. It happens to everybody. It happened to Phil Jackson in basketball. Happened to Vince Lombardi in football. Happened to Bill Belichick in football. Happened to Jimmy Johnson in football. Happened to Nick Saban in college football. Happened to Pete Carroll in football. It can happen to everybody. Andy Reid is not exempt from that. Everybody at some point the game comes from him and gets knocking. That happens. I hope it's not the time for Andy Reid. I think that he can still adapt and change. But this is the moment where he's got to. Otherwise, then he's got to go. Because we cannot waste the next decade of Patrick Mahomes' career because Andy Reid doesn't want to change. We can't do it. And damn sure don't want to see him out there on one leg again get hurt.
I am widely considered probably one of the most optimistic Chiefs fans in out there. So if even I'm on the line of, hey, bro, we got to make some changes or, it's going to get hot out here, then I don't know how anybody else could be on the opposite side. If I'm finally there, I don't know how you're not there. It's just ridiculous to me. I am the king optimism, and I'm in the same boat. that somebody got to start. If Andy Reid's leash is 10 feet long, then Spagnuolo is 6 right now for me. Matt Nagy's leash is gone. Connor Embry he never had a leash. Dave
Never said
Tobe
his
doesn't have a
job.
leash with me anymore. Yeah. So if I'm on the edge of crashing out, then come on, bro. We gotta look at what we're doing right now.
Hey, I have some things to get off my chest.
No, you supposed to be in the
Oh
bed. No,
Lord.
I'm not
no.
supposed to be in
Yes, you got school tomorrow.
I know.
But yeah, man, D Mac, I'm glad you came in here and defended DG's take on that, man.
Me too.
Because listen, as soon as I saw who said it, I said, man, I don't need to address him for real. But we just wanted to make that clear as a whole network that that we support everything that DG said, bro, because we clearly understood what DG was talking about. So,
Chuck, I accidentally blocked somebody again. I'm sorry.
oh
Yeah, I saw that. I
Lord.
saw that.
Yeah, I saw that. I said, oh my
That's
goodness.
I'm sorry,
He done did it
Michael.
again.
Michael Thomas. Michael
Michael
Hall.
T.
Michael
Hall.
T.
Michael
Hall,
T. Hall. Yeah.
7421. I got big thumbs, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I accidentally banned you.
I liked him.
Matt Nagy, I already answered the question earlier when you asked it, though. But Matt Nagy is on interview tour right now. So,
Which
D-Mac, did you see if he had an interview with the Cardinals?
I don't think I saw him interview with the Cardinals.
I thought I'd seen that. I know he got the Ravens. I know he got the Raiders. I know he got the Titans. I thought it was somebody else. I thought the Cardinals. I don't know why I thought the Cardinals was there. Anyway, go ahead.
No,
Chuck.
yep, no, you're right. The Cardinals did request.
Cool.
The Raiders,
cool.
the Raiders
I
and
knew I
Cardinals
wasn't tripping. I was
requested.
like, man, I know I seen that.
Yeah, and he's got Tennessee and Vegas. Yeah.
But
I don't
yeah,
know if Matt Nagy's going to get a job because he might got pushed down with Harbaugh and he wasn't up for the Giants job. He might get that Tennessee job because Tennessee's not going to get a great head coach to come there. I don't think.
It's a tough situation. It's a tough situation because of Cam Ward is talented. There's just a lot of work to do around Cam Ward, and that's a very tough place for a head coach to come into, unless you know that you have a long leash. Which Mike Bergonzi probably does have a long leash for Tennessee, and probably then the head coach does by proxy. It's just you are a little bit on the clock with the way that Cam Ward, is on a rookie deal too. So I don't know. I think Tennessee. I ranked them earlier. I meant to put out that list so I could actually.
I was just about to ask you that.
Yeah,
because low key, the Raiders should be more attractive than what they are, but it's the Raiders. They got tons of cap space. They got the number 1 pick. They got Max Crosby. They got a nice tight end. They got a great running back. But it's the Raiders. It's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, I
like the Giants too.
The defense
so I had the Ravens 1, Falcons 2, Giants 3, Cardinals and Browns 4, 5, and then Titans and Raiders 6, 7, and then the Cardinals and Dolphins after that. That's how I ranked it.
Don't say
you had the Dolphins.
You do not say 6, 7 in 2026. You have to edit that and say 6. And then say
Thank
8.
you. Yeah, until they do something with Tua, Miami is not attractive job for me. I'm sorry.
Well, I assume that he's gone, but it's just their roster is depleted. It's bad on the defensive end. They actually got some solid offensive line talent, but we know it's Waddle and Achane, and then it's a lot of question marks as far as the offensive talent there. So and then obviously you don't have a quarterback. So that's why I had them last personally.
yeah.
I like the Falcons. Falcons got some. Are they gonna get rid of Kyle Pitts and?
Yeah, I got them number 2. I think that they're a very attractive job. I mean, they have some really good.
Is their owner in the way too much?
No, Blank generally is pretty good about I'm going to give you the money and then I hire the football people to handle things afterwards. So he does a pretty good job as far as that's concerned from my understanding. And they actually interviewed Brent Tillis, who did work in the Chiefs front office for a good bit of time. He went over to the Panthers front office. And I think he would be a good hire for them too. I don't know who's going to end up getting that job. The Michael Penix thing, you got to have a very specific plan for Michael Penix. Because he's just not mobile. you can't necessarily do a lot of play action stuff where he turns his back to the defense. So that's really the one real hang up for me as far as the Falcons. But I do like them as a job. I will say that.
Yeah, because there was like a few. Because I mean, you guys remember the confusion going on with Kirk Cousins getting signed there, and then all of a sudden they draft Penix, and
That
figuring out who made those decisions. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I mean, now they both gone, so don't matter.
Is there any playoff team you think could make a change?
Yeah, we had that discussion I think earlier. If the Bills go one and done, I know a lot of people are going to be calling for Sean McDermott. I would still say it's unlikely. And then, if the Eagles are one and done, then I would say that it's also highly unlikely, but also you're going to hear some Nick Sirianni chatter. And a lot of people are saying that John is stalking both of those jobs just to see if either one come open, because obviously they would either both be great. But I think that he's probably going to end up settling and saying, hey, neither of those come open, so I'm going to go be the Giants head coach.
I was about to say I would definitely rather go to the Giants than the Dolphins.
Daddy, why'd you make
100%? But I think the Giants is a little bit overstated as a job, just from the standpoint I'd much rather be the Ravens or Falcons head coach. But
they owner gets in the way sometimes too. The Giants.
Yeah,
listen,
they unfortunately the guy that usually is at the head of it, he has cancer, and it seems like it's one of the it's headed a certain way as far as that is concerned. So it's a tough situation there, but I think that also complicates things too. I'm not a big Jackson Dart guy. I know other people are, so that also kind of lessens it in my eyes. That's just me personally. But I think that Brian Flores going to the Ravens, boy, that'd be so fun. It would matter. It wouldn't matter what offensive coordinator he brings in. I think it would be awesome. I think it's perfect for their culture. It would be awesome for their defensive talent that they already have there. I think him and Lamar would just be simpatico as far as that is concerned too. So I'd be surprised if they came out of this process and didn't hire Brian Flores, to be honest.
Yeah, I asked this question to Chuck earlier. I asked DG. Damn, DG just went out this. DG and DMAC, you guys are Brett Veach. You got your top 4 candidates at OC: Mike McDaniel, Cliff Kingsbury, the kid from Kansas City. What's his name?
Nathan Skolasky.
And then
that's how you
Eric
pronounce it?
I believe so.
I'm taking
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope that's how
who are you
haven't
hiring as? Who are you hiring as your OC?
You said Mike included. I mean,
yeah. Kafka, Bieniemy,
We live in
Mike McDaniel,
we live in
Kingsbury.
a fantasy world.
Okay, let's do a fantasy world, then let's do a realistic world.
Oh, you want to do the
I think I did realistic.
The Lulu world is Mike
McDaniel. I think here's the thing. I think, and I could be wrong about this. I think that if you went to Nathan Skolasky and said, Andy Reid is probably done the next 3 years. We want you to be the successor for Andy Reid. We want you to be the offensive coordinator. We want you to hire your staff underneath you. We want you to be able to understand how you want to build out this offense, and we're going to slowly give you more and more responsibility as this goes along in anticipation that you're going to take over this head job.
Take us to Kansas.
I think that would be the good succession plan. I'm a little bit concerned about doing that with Mike McDaniel. Not that, because again, I thought the Dolphins really fought hard for him down the stretch. I still have questions about him as a head coach, but that would be the real issue. I think if you went to Nathan and said, this is what our plan is, especially after he's worked under my personal best head coach in the National Football League and Sean McVay, that would be where I would personally go. So if I had my choice between him, I would say Nathan.
Yeah,
that's what I said earlier.
If I'm going off in the Lulu end, it's Mike McDaniel. If it's towards D-Mac's point of bringing in another succession,
touchdown Miami.
I would
Tony.
I would be more inclined to bring in the OC from the Rams, just to succeed somebody for Andy Reid. But I don't think that that's not a possibility with Mike McDaniel. For Mike McDaniel, he's not a great motivator of men. And I think that's something as a head coach that's going to hold him back. He's a great, but as far as scheming and things of that, like he's a genius.
Is he too cool for the room sometimes?
I think that he's too mellow. Yeah, for to be in a head coaching position, he's too mellow.
Yeah,
you know.
I think here's the thing, and I truly can be wrong about this. I don't know. I do think that we will see him back as a head coach at some point, probably sooner rather than later. When I watched that Dolphins team down the stretch, they benched their quarterback. They obviously lost Tyreek Hill for the season. They traded away Jalen Phillips at the deadline, but they were playing their ass off during that back half.
Yeah.
And that's not something that always happens in the NFL. You can see when a team just gives up. And it happens so often as far as these bad teams are concerned. They fought their butts off. And they've done it the last 2 years specifically in these bad years. And the 2 years prior, the Dolphins made the playoffs. So I still have question marks as far as him as the head guy, as the CEO and things of that nature. But so much of his tenure, in my opinion, was poisoned. And I know people may not feel this way. Poisoned by a lot of bad personnel decision and poisoned by Tua Tagovailoa because he's not an NFL starting quarterback. So I still think there's a good head coach in there. I don't know if it ultimately comes to fruition, but I do feel that way. So I wouldn't be scared to have him be molded into being the successor either. I just think that, Nathan just feels a little bit better to be put on that timeline compared to that.
Yeah. And I'll say this about McDaniel. If he does get another head coaching opportunity, I would like for him to choose his own quarterback and just see how that turns out because he had to work with what was already there. Like he didn't have a choice.
Yep. I just find it personally funny.
It wasn't his draft pick, was he?
No, it wasn't.
Nah, it wasn't because Flores was there and Flores wanted Justin Herbert, but they didn't listen to him.
I find it so hilarious the fact that Flores was lambasted, destroyed. He's not treating Tua fairly. He's being too hard on him. He doesn't believe in him enough. Well, guess what? They paid him and he was ass. He had everything around him and he was ass. He's out of a job because he's ass. Flores.
You need one hit away from being on his ass.
Sometimes it's bad to have a defensive head coach as your head coach as far as the offense stuff is concerned. Absolutely right. But guess what? Defensive head coaches, they will tell you the truth. They will tell you how you feel about certain guys. Mike Vrabel, when they traded A.J. Brown, nah, I'm not good with this, dog. I know who A.J. Brown is, and I know I hate scheming against him. I know better. Brian Flores, I know Tua Tagovailoa is somebody that I have no issue scheming against as a quarterback. So until I see him change that, I'm not going to believe in him. He got ran out of town. Tua getting ran out of town now.
Yep, simple as that.
That's a lot of dead money.
There's a reason why the Dolphins have continued to stay in purgatory for this long.
They got a bad owner.
They must think they got a real shot at Harbaugh just to fire Mike McDaniel. I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know why Harbaugh. And again, I don't think I'm a huge proponent of the Giants job, but I don't know why Harbaugh would ever choose to go to the Dolphins over the Giants. Like it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, we'll see. You
don't know where the quarterback is coming from.
Exactly. I mean, we'll see how it plays out, man. Because it feels like the Dolphins are gonna go after him, but we'll see if he accepts.
That'd be crazy.
My fault.
He choosing between concussed quarterbacks. Like, which one do you want? Tua or do you want Jackson Dart?
Dang. I didn't think of it that way, but yeah. Got a good point there.
Jackson Dart he had 3 concussions in 4 games. Yeah. That kid don't know how to slide.
Yeah,
that's the Brian Daboll effect right there.
Yeah. And Bills fans want Daboll back, but that's another story for another day. Yeah, but let's go ahead and get back to the playoffs. D-Mac, who you got between Bills and Jags?
Jaguars, the most balanced team on both sides. I think they take care of it.
Okay. All right, to the next one.
Patriots years.
Yeah. To the next one. Patriots and Jaguars.
Still Jaguars.
Yeah,
I mean Chargers. My bad.
Oh,
I meant to say
Patriots got a hell of
because the reason why I said Jaguars, I was stuck on the Jaguars and Chargers game when The
Jags got a hell of a
the
schedule.
Chargers joke.
Yeah, really.
Jackson
No,
and everybody.
yeah.
Patriots and Chargers.
I got the Patriots. Even though I will say this is probably the best possible matchup the Chargers could have got, based on the fact that the Patriots don't have a scary defensive line like the rest of the AFC playoff field does. So they got pretty lucky, but I'd still go Patriots.
Okay, D-Mac, if it plays out like that, what's the headline in Buffalo and LA the next day if it plays out just how you just said it? What's the headline in Buffalo?
I think that the Chargers is easier. I think that most people would honestly look at this team and be like, the offensive line is just too destroyed, and they're going to give Herbert a pass. Now, I think that is used a little bit too liberally, especially with his first 2 playoff performances. But I could see why it would be that way for the third. I'm going to put that aside. The headline in Buffalo: there will be a large and loud contingency that is calling for Sean McDermott's job if they go one and done, regardless of what happens. There will be a loud minority that will put it at the feet of Josh Allen not being able to get the job done, especially given the entire playoffs was open. I don't know what this game is going to look like to tell you which one of the 2 camps I'll probably end up being in.
We're doing a poll to see which game the fans want us to watch.
Okay.
We're doing Hate Watch 26.
It gotta be.
I thought y'all wanted to do Bills and
Jags
Jags. I thought y'all wanted to do Bills and Jags.
Yeah, I want to do it, but you know,
I think it's gonna win. I was just like,
polls.
trying to get the fans involved.
Country love them polls, man.
I love the fans.
But DG, who you got between Patriots and Chargers?
So, gosh, this is a tough game for me to pick. I'd probably say I probably lean Chargers right now. I'm trying to come up with a reason why. I want to I really want to believe in the Patriots. I just think it's too early right now. You know, I kind of feel like they overachieved a little bit this year. I also think they got the benefit of the doubt of playing a not so tough schedule this year. Pretty much a third place schedule in my opinion.
Ooh, I can't agree.
But it would not surprise me if the Patriots won. Just because I think Justin Herbert and them were kind of walking into this game. I mean, if they had their left tackle and their right tackle,
that kid training that Shameless, man. My goodness.
I would pick the Chargers, any over them any day of the week if they had their actual tackles or whatever.
Yeah.
I just got a weird feeling Jim Harbaugh is going to have them ready for this game. The cold, people keep talking about the cold weather and all these other narratives. The Chargers can't do this and yada yada yada. It's kind of, for me, is just setting up a Patriots collapse, and I don't think anybody would really be that mad at the Patriots losing in the first round because I like I said, I think they overachieved this year anyway.
Does Herbert needs a heroic performance?
No.
Not really.
You mean it's like as far as like he need to put up like big stats for this game?
No, I mean like he's looked so bad in his last 2 performances in the playoffs. He can't go 0 for 3. He just can't, man.
No.
He got to look like he was in it and he fought for it. He got to die a heroic death.
I don't think he has to be heroic. He can't be catastrophic for sure. Because if he is,
that's what he's been.
Yeah, and then they're definitely gonna lose. And that's the nature of what his playoff history has been. Just utterly catastrophic. But that's why I said I think going into this year having Jim Harbaugh, I just got a feeling like he'll have them ready for this game for some reason.
I got you.
Maybe I can be wrong about that.
Who on the NFC side, Chuck?
Boy, we got a classic out here in Arizona. My goodness.
Yeah,
man.
Running up the score.
What's the score?
Yeah, they
27-24.
Chambliss just let them down to go up 27-24.
How Bain looking today?
What'd you say? How Bain's looking? They've been getting some pressure on him. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
They've been getting pressured. He's just been able to not make it matter there. Honestly, Bain just got held up a little bit on this touchdown he just threw.
Yeah. But the one more game in the AFC, Texans and Steelers.
Texas. There's no
Texans.
question.
Yeah.
Texans.
Aaron Rodgers'
Texans
grandpa.
defense. If you've ever watched an action
Grandpa's
movie
even over.
and the final boss is getting choked out slowly so that they can build out their dramatics, that's what it's going to look like watching the Texans defense against the Steelers offense, just slowly getting the life choked out of them.
Yeah, don't.
Let me get him ready
I'm a
for
huge
Aaron
narrative.
Rodgers' funeral versus the Texans. One play into the game, sack. Rodgers
All right, man.
is out
Jesus
for the
Christ.
rest of
One play to the game?
whenever he gets sacked, he's
He's saying, ladies, he out of there.
grandpa in the coffin.
Okay. What did you-
I'm a big narrative guy. So the whole narrative that the Steelers haven't lost on Monday night, and I don't know how many years, I don't think that bodes really well for them, especially going into this playoff game or whatever. But I think that Texans defense is just Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter should take over this game. And I don't think that Rodgers and them have the complementary of weapons to, evade or get away from any of that. So.
Yeah.
Can I point this out real quick? Don't get me wrong, by the way. The Steelers defensive line actually has the unit that could give the Texans offensive line some issues and make this an ugly game. This is the same thing that they said when we faced them in the cold in Kansas City. It does not matter when you're better in the trenches. The cold dome thing.
Y'all gotta stop buying it. That cold narrative, dog, is so
I promise
out.
you, it being in the snow. I promise you, the second that what's his name, Adam Thielen, try and separate from Derek Stingley Jr., he don't care if it's snow or cold or not anything. He just not gonna be able to separate from him. It's not gonna matter. I promise.
That's this is not Miami, guys. Like, it's not Miami coming to arguably at that point in time was the coldest game in Kansas City playoff or Chiefs history. At that point, this not.
And we had a significantly better defense and the significantly better offense.
Yes, and you see,
I don't care if it's
significantly better team won. So, I don't mind the whole snow narrative. Texans will be fine.
The Texans ain't a finesse team, man.
I don't care if it's in the North Pole. The Texans will put Grandpa in the coffin in the dirt for good. Hey, no disrespect, Aaron Rodgers. But it's time to go down.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Mike Tomlin is Mr. Monday Night, but defense wins championships. Texas got the better defense. I know the Steelers gonna have DK back, but I personally don't think it'll make that much of a difference. Texas gonna show they're more physical and they'll wear down Pittsburgh as the game goes along, especially in the second half. But I didn't get my pick for the Patriots and Chargers. It's Patriots. It's a Patriots spot here for me in that one. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the NFC. Let's go ahead and start with the Niners and Eagles. Let's go there. We got for that one.
Eagles, Niners. Not a question.
I'm gonna roll with it. I got Eagles. That's disgusting is that to say.
Right.
I do think that this is a game where the Niners can be competitive in, and it wouldn't shock me, like I said, if they won as well too. I just think the injuries for them are just going to be too hard to overcome at this point of the year. I just think the Eagles are a better team.
Yeah, I hate to pick the Eagles, but yeah. Eagles.
I would very much like to pick the Niners if they were healthy. If they had Trent Williams and they have Ricky Pearsall, I do truly think that they could take out the Eagles. But without that, they can't put enough points up on Vic Fangio's defense, in my opinion, to win the game.
They're not healthy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is a game where they needed everybody healthy, man. The Eagles, they find a way. They even if they look lethargic in the second half offensively, they still gonna find a way to close out the game. So I definitely got Eagles with that.
Eagles are 49.
I did not realize the Niners had that much injuries. I thought Pearsall was healthy, but Hey, I'm still on week 6, I believe. So I'm just not. But
Eagles or
Eagles.
49ers? Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Josh.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Jesus
all right.
Christ.
Packers and Bears. Third time facing each other this
Ooh,
year. We all got in that.
toss up.
Yeah, I think that's the hardest game to pick out of the weekend for real. Just because they've played already twice this year, and I think they split the series. I'll take the Bears just off of home field advantage alone, and I think Caleb Williams has been hooping this year, so he seems to have a flair for the dramatics. If this game comes down to that, I think he possibly does it again.
What Jordan Love is going to show up? That's the biggest question.
That's why I can't pick the Packers.
He's been really good this year. I think that the Bears' run game is just too good. They'll just destroy the Packers on the ground, in my opinion. Same way the Ravens did, to be perfectly honest with you. I think they'll dominate them on the ground. I think Caleb will have an explosive passing day. They haven't even had Rome Odunze back yet. I think he'll play again in this game. And the Bears' defense is a little bit more opportunistic, so they'll probably get one turnover somehow. And the Packers' run game hasn't been all that impressive because Josh got hurt. So, yeah, I got the Bears winning.
Bears or
Oh
Packers?
man.
Hurry up. Bears. Okay.
Bears.
Man, I'm gonna be on the island on this one, man. I got the Packers.
Okay.
Cardiac Caleb's had a hell of a year, man, doing what he's done the second half of these games, getting most of these wins that way, man.
Yeah.
I just think it comes to an end, man. Like if he's in that situation again, this playoff game, I just don't. I think the luck kind of runs out here, man. But it's a tough call. This game can definitely go either way. The Packers they gave Josh Jacobs a little rest. I know he's been a little beat up, but I think he'll be ready to go. I think whether it's Jordan Love or Malik Willis, I just believe in Green Bay a little more. But fair points on them defensively. But at the same time, you can put up some yards and get some points on Chicago's defense too. You just got to be able to take care of the football, and I think Green Bay will find a way to take care of the football in this one. So, all right. So the last one we have is the Rams and the Panthers. I think it's Rams BTA.
Rams.
Panthers ain't ready yet.
There's no
Good
way.
run.
There's no way you're about to get me to pick Bryce Young over Matthew Stafford. I don't care what happened in the last game. I don't care that Matthew Stafford, went down there and blew that game earlier this season or whatever. In this spot, I'm not picking Bryce Young over Matthew Stafford. I'm sorry.
Did Tony catch that?
Rams.
He caught it, but he was offside.
Nice, he's out. I'll take Rams. Definitely Rams.
No.
Country, big old.
I blocked him again. I got some big ass thumbs, man. I start going.
I got the Rams. I mean, they'll be able to win that game.
Did I knock something out?
They moved the ball just fine on the Panthers the first matchup. They turned it over too many times. I imagine they'll clean that up. And obviously Devontae Adams is going to play. So
yeah, Devontae gonna make a huge difference in that one.
Now he didn't. He did also play the first one. To be clear, I don't want to make it sound like.
Actually, he did play in that one. He did play in that game. You're right. But I thought they snaked this time, man. The Rams they learned from that last game when they played the Panthers. I think it's BTA, man. They should be in control of that one. The NFC South, that division was a joke this year, man. That division was so comedy. But with that being said, man, that's all the games for Wild Card Weekend. But let's get the Super Bowl predictions, man. Let's go around the room.
Oh, man.
Let's go around the room. Super Bowl predictions. We'll start with
matchup or the who's winning.
Matchup and who's winning.
Bills.
Let's wait on that, man. Let's evaluate after the game.
No. We can do it right now.
I already put my bracket out there, man. Bills, Rams. Bills win it all.
All right.
No.
I got Rams and damn.
NFC coming back.
Whoever wins, Bills, Jags.
Okay.
You're fired.
So who you got? Who you think winning it all?
I got Rams winning it all. But
okay.
Who you got winning it all?
All right, Mac. What you got, man?
Rams over Jags.
Okay, I'm gonna say If Seattle or Rams make it out, it's one of them. It depends if who comes out of the AFC Championship.
So who you got? Bills or Jags?
Bills.
Okay, Bills and Rams. Rams win. Go ahead.
All right, so yeah, I'm pretty much with what Lenny just said, man. It's gonna be Bills coming out the AFC, man. I don't care how that bracket looks, they gonna come out the AFC somehow. I ain't trying to hear Josh Allen fans. I ain't trying to hear Bills fans saying they don't have enough. They got enough. NFC, I think it'll be the winner between the Rams and Seattle. That's who I expect to face off in the next round. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Rams in that scenario. And I'm gonna take the Rams. I'm gonna take the Rams and win it all. I think the LA City of Champions thing continues. That's been a thing these past few years. They'll get at least one professional sports team to win it all. And I think the Rams have enough to do that. So, and look, the last time they won the Super Bowl, it was on NBC. This year it's on NBC. So, I mean, look,
That boy got
there
the
you have
conspiracy hat on. Do you hear me?
Always, dog.
it. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
I'm hat fishing like Drewski.
It's cinema.
Yes, sir. All right. So with that being said, man, we'll go ahead and call it a wrap here. 2 hours, right on the dot. So with that being said, I'd like to thank everybody for
I've
tuning
been
in.
on here for 2 hours. Oh my god!
Well, we was done, and then DG and DMAC
Yeah, my
popped
bad.
in.
I probably
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Nah,
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
Let's go
Right.
Rams.
Yep. So with that being said, thank you again for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share on your social media platforms. Watch this on Twitter. Please hit the retweet like button. Share it to everyone that you know. Watch this on YouTube. Hit the hype button when the video is done. And we'll keep y'all posting on what game we're gonna watch live, and we'll do reactions to that. It should be fun. Till the next,
KingdomCastMedia.com.
yes, sir. Till the next
Yeah.
one. We out, people.
Peace.
Peace.